Alrighty, we are back for another fun, exciting episode of Ronin's Den with me, GM Duality Complex, the Dragon X, as always, and we also have tonight two guests, the Changeling and Freedom Cobra. This is going to be most of the group for the February one shot of the Crypt Is Opened that the Dragon X has graciously offered to run for everybody. And tonight we're going to make a couple characters. On my screen, I already have my character sheet open for the Hexmonger character, and the dragon's going to walk us through creating one of these.
So, character creation in this game is stupid simple. Um,
I'm
it
glad to
won't
hear.
take us very long. I am super excited for this one shot, mostly because Jeffrey N. Baker, the creator of the game, is actually going to get a chance to be a player, which he's never had the opportunity to do before. So, no pressure there. All right. So, first things first, for those of you watching, The Crypt is Open is a game that is currently in playtesting. It's not officially going to release probably for a while. He's still working out some of the kinks for it. But you can pick it up on itch.io. Just do The Crypt is Open. The company is When Suddenly Gaming. And the rules, as you see them now, are perfectly free. He just uploaded new character sheets a couple days ago, which are really freaking cool. And yeah, we're gonna get started. Freedom and Changeling, if you guys are following along, turn to page 23, because that is where character creation starts. Uh, in the character creation, it says to pick your tradition and then your trope. Obviously, you guys have already picked your tropes because that is the new format with the character sheets. So what did you pick, Freedom?
Hierarchical.
Uh,
So, cellar dweller is a trope. Sorry.
okay, perfect. Changeling or duality. You picked the what trope again?
Hexmonger?
Hexmonger, and Changeling did the Crypt Hunter. All right, so the first thing to do is to go to your trope on the page. You'll just scroll down till you see where it says, or your tradition. Sorry. So which one were you, duality again?
I went with the Hexmonger.
Hexmonger. No, the other one. New
What do you
wizard,
mean?
right?
Oh, yes, new wizard.
All right. First thing, you would turn to that page in the book, which is 38. In there, you're gonna see a little bit of a description for what it's for. It tells you what they're known for, which are the two paths kind of you want to take. So if you're looking at the character sheet, you have the different paths, which are like crypt, hex, all those different abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're gonna pick the two that are your focus, right? Would help if I just pulled up my freaking character sheet instead of being a dummy. So yeah, character sheet. You've got ceremonial, creation, crypt, folk, or hex. Right now, you're gonna pick two of those that are your focus.
Okay. I like, well, definitely Hex. If I'm going to play a Hexmonger, I'm going to take that. And I like also warding. That looks like I'll be able to do some damage and do some protections with those two.
Okay. Now, each one of the ones that you picked gain one aptitude in an aspect of your choice. The aspects are underneath of them. So if you look under ceremonial, it would be enchantment, linking, and ritual. You get 1 point to put in two of those spots for
Okay.
each of your paths. So if you picked hex, you can put 1 dot in curse, death, or protection.
Okay. Um, go 1 point in death and 1 point in warding.
And warding is Folk. All right.
Yep. Those are going to be my 2 focuses.
All right. Now, Duality, this is just for you.
Okay.
You get 2 benefits. You're going to see under your tradition a box that says benefits. It's on the bottom right of the first page of your character sheet.
Got it.
Your first benefit, you know how to scrounge for gear or food. With enough time and the right scraps, you are able to cobble together simple items or enough food for a single meal.
Together enough scraps to repair 1 item or 1 meal. Okay.
Or make 1 meal.
Yep.
Now, the second one, once per scene, a new wizard can twin a hex spell to affect 2 targets at once without raising the imposition.
Okay.
All right. And Changeling said that he was an anti-theist. So if you look at his, for instance, ancestral anti-theist, he gets the same. He picks 2 paths of focus, put an aptitude in one of those subcategories. His benefits are he can reduce the harm inflicted by a cryptid by 1 step down to no harm at all once per scene. He is also able to use fast-talking rhetoric to either anger or confuse a person of a religious order. And I forget what tradition freedom was. Hierarchical, right?
Yeah,
Did you find that one?
I did.
Okay. And you followed along already pretty good without? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you go to your tropes. So for duality, we're going to go to you because I know that. It'll be the next thing in line. You are the hexmonger, correct?
Correct.
Also, I should let everyone know that all of your paths start at a D4.
Okay.
So they're all started at a D4. The aptitude starts at 0, but the paths themselves start at a D4. So now, path die. Hexmonger. Hex is raised by 1 die level. So it is going to a D6.
Okay.
Aspects. You get 2 aptitude in death and 1 in cryptids or enhancement. So those
1
dots that you put in, you get 2 in aptitude and 1 in cryptids or enhancement.
Okay, so I get 2 in death. So that raises my death to 3. And then
Okay.
I could put in either enhancement or enchantment.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Or cryptids. Well, I might move my focus to something else then if I'm getting this. Well, no, this is like a free point. I'll put it in cryptids.
Yeah. Okay. Now, also, on your character sheet, underneath your trope, you'll see that there are 3 options. For the one I'm looking at, which is the conduit, it's not so imaginary friend, spirits in the mist, spirit, miasma. You get to pick one of those. You get one of those abilities for free.
So double the devil, double tap, or not on my watch.
Correct. Freedom and Changeling, are you guys following along? Do I need to stop and help you guys out, or are you good?
I'm following along pretty good.
Perfect.
Oh, we're
Following.
definitely
Good.
taking double tap. Double tap looks great.
All right, so
What does double tap do?
Once per witching hour for 3 stress, you can apply any amount of damage you've inflicted upon a corporeal creature to another creature you can see. The second application of damage does not require a roll.
Dang, girl.
So I'm figuring with that, and I'm figuring death at 3 means I can do something that does a decent amount of damage with a die 6, and double tap might make that a little more gross. At least that's what I think without reading the rules yet.
okay, so you start with both your paths of focus at a D4, and then they go up depending on your trope.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I missed something. The two paths that you originally picked
Yes.
are automatically to a D6.
Okay.
Okay.
So then it raises it according to your trope then at that
So
point.
then
Yeah.
that hex one that went to a D6 earlier, that one should be a D8.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
I thought that was the case, but I didn't see it when I was looking at it, so I just double checked, and that is correct.
All right. Cool.
All right. And your guys' character sheets should be filling up pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only thing that is a little bit different, is everybody ready to move on to the skills section?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Originally, skills were very weird. He's been having nothing but trouble with skills. They just implemented a new system a couple days ago. You all have what is called the human die. So if you look at your character sheet where it says skills, the human die is a D4. It is always a D4. It can never not be a D4 unless you use some of your magic to increase it. So
Okay.
like using an enchantment or something like that could potentially increase it. But it's always a D4.
Okay.
Now, they've broken skills into 3 sections, which are the mental, physical, and social. Kind of self-explanatory what those are.
Yes.
So, your skill die is capped at a D8. So you can't, at the beginning of a game, have it above a D8. For aptitude. Let's see where the hell he put it. Okay. At character creation, a player sets all 3 skills to a die level of 4. So mental, social, and the other one. Physical to 4.
Okay.
Yep. Then they are able to add 2 additional die levels to their skills however they wish up to a D8. So if you want to be all physical, you could put 2 dots there and have a D8, but you're going to be D4 in the other 2. You can spread them up however you want to do it.
It's just 2.
Okay. Got it.
You then choose 6 skills of your choice and assign 10 points of aptitude. Aptitude being the little dots, right?
Okay.
Aptitude in the game lowers the imposition dice, which is the challenge dice. So the more apt you are in something, the easier it is for you compared to somebody else.
Okay.
Now, skills, you make up, right?
Okay.
Whatever you think would be a useful skill. So if you're physical and you're good with a sword, you could put fencing as a skill. You could put track running as a skill. Parkour is a skill. Whatever you can think of yourself that rounds out your character.
Okay, we get 6 skills.
Yep.
Okay.
So, like, social could be fast talking, or bargaining, or you can Google social skills to come up with ideas.
Five. Um,
Buddy, come here.
okay, and then how many dots do we have to distribute?
You have, I believe, 10.
10 dots.
10 dots to distribute.
4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, 1 dot in each one, because obviously I made 6 skills. I might as well take 1 dot in each, which leaves 4 dots left over. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. I'll do this kind of like a balance character. We'll go with balance on this. All right. Oz, you have a cat on the top of your head.
I'm aware.
You have a cat hat. It's not a cat in a hat. It's a hat that is made of cat.
He is being very clingy tonight for some reason.
It's all the rage in Milan right now.
Bearded dudes walking around with cats on their heads. That's.
Hey,
Yeah,
I mean, why not?
I mean, that's a fashion statement.
For sure.
Dude, we could start that. Dudes with beards walking around with animals on their heads. It'd be our thing.
So, Duality, what type of skills did you make?
So I made investigation, perception. I took weapon staff, figuring like walking sticks and long pieces of wood will be everywhere if I need to find them, or metal. Pretty much anything can double as a staff if it's long enough. Sneak, pick locks, and bluff.
Okay. Those are solid picks.
Yeah. Took 2 dots in investigation, 2 in perception, 2 in weapon, 2 in sneak, 1 in pick lock, and 1 in bluff.
And you've got 10 die levels for mundane skills, right?
Correct.
Yep.
So what's next after that?
Wow.
I saw that.
Stupid cat.
Dogs are the worst, man. Says the guy who has a cat, just claw into the back of their neck as they're jumping down.
Yep, I'd still take the cat. So, honestly, that's it. That is character creation.
That is awesome.
What's the spell dice start at?
The spell die starts at a D6.
A D6, okay.
So why is the D4 even on there then?
Because there are abilities that can lower it.
Okay. So yeah,
some cryptids might have the ability to lower it, or yeah.
Okay. So on page 2 here, I mean, portrait is portrait, whatever. What's this thing? I'm guessing hands. That's what I'm carrying in my hands. My backpack's what's in there. Then any kind of notes. What's this character ties thing?
Character ties. All right, good point. That's a good question. That's something we'll have to do when we have all of us here.
Okay.
But if you go to your tradition, let's go to New Wizard, which is you, right? Duality?
Yes.
Correct. It is how you guys connect your characters to one another. So, PC connections. Duality, do you have a D6 on your table?
Negative, but I can have one in 1 second.
Grab a D6 real quick, and then I will explain how this works. So character connections or character ties are how you guys know one another, how you're connected, how you are related, things of that nature, right? So with yours, you roll a D6, and it gives you 6 options, right?
So I rolled a 4.
So another PC often hires you to do tasks that they just don't have the stomach for.
Seems
And
about
you
right.
would pick who that is. So
Okay.
you would pick either Changeling or Freedom or Jeffrey's character.
So very
And then
Monster of the
if you...
Week kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the other thing we would do during character creation is we would have a conversation about the town, right? So let me pull that sheet up. The town sheet, right? You would have to figure out a name of the town together, a location, and then the town's prominence, which is how big the town is, ranging from a D4 to a D12. D4 is like a hamlet, 500 or fewer. A D12 is a metropolis, 60 to 500,000 residents, not 50,000. That's a typo. I better let him know about that. But, so you'd pick how big it is. And then, together, we would assign points to the town, correct? So, the town has 5 stats, just like you guys have the 5 paths. They have defense, offense, necessities, luxuries, and indulgences. So let's say we pick a D4. That means we'd have 4 things we could increase, right? So let's say defense. How defensive is your city? Is it defensive against cryptids, spirits, or humans? We have 4 points. We could put a point in defense against cryptids, but that means you're probably going to be weak against humans or spirits. You could focus all on defense, but you're not going to be able to go out and like get resources for your town. Necessities are food and water, power, shelter. So if your town has high necessities but low defense, you're going to get raided all the fucking time.
Got it. Okay.
So
yeah, that's definitely something we need to do, like start of the session
together.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
the start of the session, we'll all do that together. We'll all do the character connections, and then after we build the town, there's like a list of questions I get to ask you guys about the town. Just to give you guys, let me find those.
I mean, this was pretty good. I like this. This was good, easy.
So the questions, right?
Yes.
Our town's name is. It's located. The town's population is roughly. We are governed by a. You guys would decide. Our leader's name or our leaders' names are.
Okay.
The most notable thing about our town. So I played in a one-shot of this where the most notable thing about our town was we were the only place that still had a functioning McDonald's. Like, you can be zany, crazy, you can be grounded, it's whatever you want to be. What is your biggest holiday? In the one game I played, the biggest holiday was Election Day, which was where we literally, everybody in the town beat the shit out of each other until one person was standing, and that person became the leader of the town.
All right. I like it.
So it's really collaborative when everybody's there. We work together. We come up with a story of the town. And then we play the game. But you have to, like, keep the town in mind as well. Like, in the one game I played, our town population was 100 people. Suddenly, that cryptid that was about to take out 5 teenage boys was not just 5 teenage boys in danger. The future of our town could be wiped out. We could be done if these 5 kids die. Like, the town creation gives a lot of story element as well.
Okay. Well, I'm
That's
looking forward to
pretty
getting
cool.
that done during session 1.
Yeah. And well,
Sweet.
it takes about like 10-15 minutes and then we start playing.
Nice.
Changeling. All I see is Cryptid Hunter and Tradition, and it looks right to me. I don't see your whole character sheet.
Well, that's the whole process then, huh?
Yep. You
Sweet.
should have one path at a D8, one path at a D6, or 3 at a D6, depending upon what ones you chose. I've seen people do that before too. And then you should have 3 dots in aptitude somewhere. I think it's 3. Real easy. Character creation, one of the simplest. You can have it done in, what did we take, 10 minutes? And most of that was me talking.
Yep. That was a really easy to build character. I'm pretty excited to play it. I like the way he has skills. I don't know, having not played it yet, being able just to say whatever your skill is and assign it a value that works. Like, I think this would be a good way to do it, because then he doesn't have to waste a lot of time rewriting what sneak means. I mean, we should all know what sneak is.
Yeah,
at
everyone
this point
knows
in
what
time.
sneak is. Yeah.
So I think a
That's
little bit will
nice.
just be wording at different tables, like, what do you mean? What is weapon staff? Or, how do you determine how well you, like, what your weapon skills are named? But naming conventions can just happen between specific groups. I like it. I like this. Can't wait to get playing. So if that's everything, though, I think we'll call this an end of the episode and move on. All right. So this has
Sounds good to me.
Right? This has been another episode of Ronin's Den. We've learned how to create our characters for our one shot of the Crypt Has Opened. That'll be happening here. What is the date on that, Dragon? February.
That will be February 24th at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. We are going to be streaming this to Twitch, TikTok Live, and posting afterwards here on YouTube, and also distributing through Spotify, which will hit Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Podcasts as well.
Dang, we're on a lot of platforms.
I got everything. I got it all cleaned up, and I got it all synced up between all the platforms. So it is
beautiful.
Yeah, it's good to go everywhere now. All right, well, that's been another exciting episode. We will catch you again next week and figure out what we're doing then. All right, have a good night, everybody.